You know, sometimes the most incredible stories start in the most unexpected ways. How does someone who lives and breathes mathematics end up, well, planting a forest? It's an amazing story, and the whole thing kicks off with just a single word.
Yep, that's it. Passion. When Jisha Nambiar was asked why she'd ever trade, a world of numbers for a world of nature, that was her answer. Just one word. But that one word was like a seed, right? And it grew into something truly special. So let's get to know the woman behind this amazing transformation.
Okay, so to really get what Dream Acres is all about, we have to get to know Jisha first. Her journey, well, it wasn't exactly a straight line, not at all. It was more like a giant leap across two totally different universes. So check this out. On one side, you've got her academic background, a degree in mathematics, a postgrad diploma in computer applications. We're talking pure logic, algorithms, code, that kind of stuff. And then, on the other side, you have what she actually does now. She's a farmer, an agro-entrepreneur. She's dealing with soil, with seasons, with things that grow. I mean, this is so much more than just a career change. This is a complete reinvention.
Jisha is 52 and she's based in Kozhikode, Kerala. And get this, she has poured an entire decade of her life into this venture. This isn't some weekend hobby or a little retirement project. Nope, this is 10 solid years of grinding, of turning that initial spark of passion into real, hard-won expertise.
So, what happens when you combine all that passion and a decade of dedication? Well, you get something pretty incredible. You get a place with a name, a vision, a real mission. You get Dream Acres.
And here's the thing about Dream Acres. It's not just a farm. It's so much more. Think of it as a whole ecosystem. It's really built on three big ideas: sustainable farming, making cool products from what she grows, and farm tourism. See, this was never just about planting stuff in the ground. It was about creating a whole world that could sustain itself.
And wow, what an ecosystem it is. We're talking about everything. You've got high-value spices like nutmeg and pepper, a whole bunch of different fruits and veggies, dairy cows, fish farming, even beekeeping and cut flowers. And to top it all off, there's a homestay for people who want to visit. The coolest part is how everything works together. It's all connected, making the whole operation super integrated and really resilient.
And this is where you can really see that mathematician's brain at work, right? The logic, the systems thinking, it all comes through. She's not just a traditional farmer, she's a total innovator. She brought in things like a biogas plant, solar power, and drip irrigation. So she's built a farm that isn't just productive, but it's also sustainable and ridiculously efficient.
But her smart thinking doesn't just stop in the fields. Nope. Instead of just selling, say, a bunch of nutmeg, she creates more value. You know that nutmeg rind that most people would probably just throw away? She turns it into a totally unique product. She processes her own masala powders, her own coffee. It's just a brilliant business move because it means she controls the entire journey, right from the farm all the way to your kitchen.
Of course, you can have all the passion in the world, but that alone doesn't pay the bills, right? And behind every great success story, there's always a chapter, or a few chapters, filled with challenges. Jisha's journey was absolutely no different.
So what were her biggest hurdles? Well, it came down to two things: marketing and licensing. Yeah, the classic, not-so-glamorous stuff that can honestly sink even the most amazing ideas. It's the age-old problem. How do you get people to buy what you grow, and how do you cut through all the red tape to do it legally?
So that leads to a really important question. Faced with all that, how on earth did she break through? What was the turning point that took Dream Acres from being a tough struggle to the success story we see today?
Well, the answer is, it wasn't really one single aha moment. It was a whole network of support. Turns out, she wasn't doing it all alone. She got some really important training for the tourism side of things. She got subsidies from the agricultural and dairy departments, and even got financial backing from the local government. This whole support system, that became the bedrock for everything that came next.
And once that foundation was solid, all of her hard work really started to pay off in a big way. This is the part of the story where that little spark of passion really catches fire and turns into something incredible. All right, let's talk numbers for a second. We're looking at an annual turnover of somewhere between 5 and 10 lakh rupees. That's the real, tangible result of her vision. It's proof that you can have a business driven by passion, a business that's sustainable, and yeah, a business that's also profitable.
But hey, the success isn't just about the money. It's also about the recognition she's been getting.
I mean, from environmental awards to honors from agricultural societies and even getting praise at global conferences, people are really starting to notice. Dreammakers is fast becoming a model for how to do this right.
And that recognition, it's now going global. Winning the ICRT India and Subcontinent Award for 2025, I mean, that puts Dreammakers on the world map. This isn't just some local success story anymore. This is now a blueprint for the future of responsible farming everywhere.
So after a decade of building this amazing place and winning all these awards, what's next? What's the next chapter for Dreammakers? Well, for a true innovator like Jisha, the work is never really done, is it?
Her goal for the future is actually pretty simple, but really powerful. She wants to, in her words, improvise farm tourism. So she's not trying to start some brand new thing. Instead, she's doubling down on the part she seems to love the most, sharing her passion and this incredible place she's built directly with other people.
And that really brings us right back to the beginning, doesn't it? Jisha's whole incredible journey, from mathematician to award-winning farmer, it all started with that one single word, passion. It really makes you stop and think, you know? In a world that desperately needs new, sustainable, and innovative ways to grow food, what could the future of farming look like if more stories started just like this one?